is a global, nonprofit, physician-led biomedical and healthcare innovation and entrepreneurship network. Our mission is to accelerate, help doctors and life science professionals, not just doctors, dentists, pharmacists, nurses. In fact, I don't care what you are. I don't care whether you have a degree after your name. I don't care where you come from. I don't care your background. The only thing that's common about the members in this organization is they all want to get an idea to a patient. That's it. And in order to get the idea to a patient, you have to get it to market. So all these folks in this organization, now numbering 3,000 around the world and growing at about 200 a month, in 27 chapters around the world and growing, they include life science professionals, just not bioscientists, doctors, dentists, occupational therapists. Again, I don't care who you are. Service providers, investors, industry, academics. SoPE, Society of Physician Entrepreneurs, basically provides 3 products and services. 1, education. Lots of ways we do that, including SoPE on our website. So I left some cards out there. I can give you some after the talk. If you're more interested, soapnet.org. You go to that website. On that website is something called SoPE. The vision for SoPE is the University of Phoenix for bioentrepreneurship. And we're building out this platform so that physicians, anybody who wants bio-innovation and entrepreneurship education can get it. Parentheses, we've also created a program in bioinnovation and entrepreneurship at the University of Colorado, of which I'm the director. It's a joint program between the business school and the medical campus at Anschutz. And our mission is to train the students out there, and the doctors, and the dentists, and the surgeons, and the whatever, to get an idea to market. We're rolling out a master's program. I'm hoping we're going to launch a master's in international bioinnovation and entrepreneurship, which is probably a pretty unique program in the world. And eventually, hopefully, a center for bioinnovation and entrepreneurship at the Anschutz campus. And what we're trying to do with this organization and others is we're trying to create a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation. Now, in our specific area, we're talking about biomedical and health, but it applies to every industry. Here's the problem. Things aren't working. Now, my view, my place in the world is, because you've heard about my background, my view is biomedical and health innovation. So what's the difference between biomedical and health? Biomedical means drugs, devices, diagnostics, biosimilars, etc. And in other words, anything that requires FDA approval. So that introduces a whole issue of risk. Time to market, money to get it there, etc., etc., etc. The other part of the equation, and what's going on here with Health Starts, which I can mention to you at the end, is the health part. Now, I don't use the term health care advisedly, because health care implies acute care. And it means you come to my office, I see you in my office, I do my one-on-one deal, and that's that. That's a broken business model. That just does not work. We cannot scale that model. Particularly, forget the Supreme Court decision. If we throw 14 million people into a Medicaid system, whenever that decision gets made by 2014, there are simply not enough people like me to take care of people like you. So the present business model will not be sustainable, period. So we got to figure out, it's not working. We got to figure out a different way. Innovation and entrepreneurship. So that's what this is about. Interested, so it's a virtual, global, collaborative online innovation network. It's known as a COIN. And the idea is we throw all these folks in a sandbox and hope good things happen. That's the basic model. And usually, if you put like-minded people with a common goal and a focus in the same sandbox, good things happen. And I can tell you lots of stories about the good things that have happened as a result of this. Now, so what does SoPE do? We help our members get ideas to market. That's it. And but the idea has to have something to do with helping a patient. Now, it could be a process improvement, it could be a product, or it could be a service. I don't care what it is, as long as it adds value. So what's bioentrepreneurship? There are 23 different definitions of entrepreneurship. And fundamentally, my definition of entrepreneurship is a three-part definition. It's the process. So it's not thinking, it's not planning, it's not drawing pictures, it's not having meetings, it's not creating organizational structures, it's doing. It's a process of creating user-defined value. The user in this case is a customer, a patient, or a user. User-defined value by deploying a healthcare innovation that is a process improvement, a product, or a service. So, what does the future look like? Actually, I think it's really pretty exciting in terms of what we can do, and I think the possibilities and the things that we can achieve. There are 1 million doctors in the United States, give or take a couple 100,000, depending on who you read. But my point is, my goal is not to change 1 million doctors into physician entrepreneurs. Never happen. Not on my watch, ever. My view is, after doing this for a while and speaking to a whole lot of folks, 1% of physicians have what it takes to be physician entrepreneurs. 1%, in my opinion. And that applies to life science professionals, graduate students. If I were to take, double this room, 100 people, my guess is 1% of you have the DNA to be an entrepreneur, if you were doctors. Now, again, the doctors typically sit in various seats, and physician entrepreneurs typically come in 4 flavors. They're private practitioners, dwindling. 65 to 70% of doctors today are employed by somebody else. The number of private practices is almost becoming extinct. Now, my own personal view of that is, another conversation, it will bottom out and then it will start to turn around for a whole number of reasons. But more and more doctors, particularly the young ones that I'm teaching, are going to work for someone else. They have no interest in private practice. None. They have $300,000 in debt. They don't want to have anything to do with business. All they want to do is, quote, take care of patients. That's what's happening. In the meantime, this healthcare reform thing is causing a land grab where the hospitals are buying up the doctors like sheep. These kind of, oh, gee, it's terrible. And oh, great, come to us. Come work for us. And they do. I think that's going to be a big mess. And it's another bubble that's waiting to break, but that's a whole other issue. So there are employed physicians. There are private practice physicians, what I call medium enterprise businesses. There are corporate entrepreneurs, people who are trying to get an idea to market and scale it and exit. And they're social entrepreneurs. They want to cure malaria in sub-Saharan Africa with a vaccine, and I don't care how much money I make. I just want to do it. If you take all those folks, my guess is 1% of 1 million doctors in the United States have the chutzpah and the DNA to do that. I would encourage you, if you have an interest in this, to go to the SoPE website, soapnet.org, and sign up there. You can see what we're doing.